release that he can't get to.
Yo, what's going on, guys? We're playing some more MLB The Show 16 doing MLB The Show 17 ratings predictions. As you know, we do them weekly. This week, we're doing the shortstop position. Before we get started, just a few guys I want to throw out there that I did not put on the list. Elvis Andrus, Addison Russell, Brad Miller. I really want to throw Brad Miller on this list. He had 30 homers. MLB The Show, they gave him like a 76 overall at the end of the season. That's hard to believe. Guy had 30 home runs and no respect. Andrelton Simmons ended in 84 overall last year. Great fielding, but I thought his power or his RBI is a little too low to put on the list. Either way, though, we're going to go ahead and get started with number 10 on the list, and that is Eduardo Nunez. It was his first full season in the league. He's been in the league for 7 years, though, believe that or not. And he batted .288, 16 home runs, 67 RBIs, 40 stolen bases, 73 runs. Going in runs for the fact that a lot of shortstops bat leadoff, so I threw that in there because it's a little bit of a measuring tool also, how much you're getting on base and scoring. They don't really get as many RBI opportunities as guys batting third and fourth in the lineup. That's why I threw that in there for a lot of guys. But we're going to give Eduardo Nunez an 84 overall going into the next season. Coming in at number 9 is Trevor Story. He batted .272, had 27 homers, 72 RBIs. Here's the thing, though. He only had 372 ABs. It's a tough decision where to place him in the list for the fact that he's only played half a major league season in his entire life. So that's why we're sprinkling him in here at number 9 and 86 overall. Definitely a lot of room to grow. Definitely could be a future diamond player at some point in time next year, maybe even the year after that. Coming in at number 8 is Brandon Crawford. Now, he ended up with this show 16 at an 88 overall. His defense had a lot to do with it. He batted .275, 12 home runs, 84 RBIs, batted .256 in 2015. Now, like I said, Crawford made it to an 88 overall last season, but it had a lot to do with those fielding stats. All in the 90s, I do believe. He is one of the best fielding shortstops at his position. That's probably why he won the Gold Glove last season, and that's probably why it keeps his overall possibly higher than what I'm going to give him because of those fielding stats, but I'm going to sprinkle him in there at an 86 overall. At number 7, close your eyes, Blue Jay fans, is Troy Tulowitzki. He batted .254, 79 RBIs, 24 home runs. He batted .280 in 2015. I really wanted to put Tulo higher. For real, I did, but I can't. I just can't do it. If you've seen how his average has been dipping so considerably lately, and yes, I'm very well aware that he's been injured for a bit of last season. When isn't he injured? So we're going to put him right around an 87. We're going to give him an 87. It's a tough one. I don't know where to put him. I really don't. I'm going to give him an 87 because he's got too low and he's got 24 home runs and he's a shortstop. Coming in at number 6 is Jonathan VR. 85 average, 369 on base percentage, 62 stolen bases, first in the league. 19 home runs, 92 runs, 63 RBIs. And I know I'm going to have to explain my reasoning behind why I got this guy at 6 and the next guy at 5. So, here we go, I guess, right? Here's the thing. Most of the good shortstops hit around 20 home runs. If you notice this when we go over these lists, a lot of guys right around 19, 21, 20 home runs. And he hit 20. Then you go and consider, well, he hit 19 technically. Then you go and consider, you know, he's got the higher stolen base amount, 62, led the league, helps out the speed, plus a 369 on base percentage, which is, you know, really good for a guy batting .285. That's, what, 84 points above his average. So that's going to help out his discipline. That's going to help out his vision. So we're going to give him an 87 overall going into MLB The Show 17. Coming in at number 5 is Jean Segura. End of the season with an 87 overall, 319 average, 102 runs, 64 RBIs, 20 homers, and 33 stolen bases. Best year of his career. Looked like, you know, he had a bright future ahead of him after that 2012 year where he batted nearly 300. Then he fell off a bit for a couple years, but he looks like he's gained that step back, and he is looking like a good, solid shortstop once again. The show has him at second base right now. He should be a shortstop going into next season unless something drastic manages to change. So we're going to give him an 88 overall. Coming in at number 4, and this really shows like the evolution of shortstop. These next 4 guys, we went from the Hanleys, the Jose Reyes, and the Tulos, and we really just swapped all those guys out. It looks like we got a new batch of young, good shortstops coming up. Really, I probably could see people making arguments to switch all these guys around from 4th to 1st. Maybe not 4th as much as the guys from 1st to 3rd, but coming in at number 4 is Carlos Correa. 20 home runs, 96 RBIs, 274 average, 361 on base percentage, and 13 stolen bases last season. In 2015, he batted .275, had 22 homers, And he did all that in 99 games played. He was on pace to hit 40 home runs in 2015. We didn't see quite that power production this season. That's why I'm keeping him down here at an 89 overall. Coming in at number 3 is Xander Bogaerts. End the show at an 89 overall. He had 21 home runs, 89 RBIs, 115 runs, and a 294 average with a 356 on-base percentage, 13 stolen bases. Started the season at the top of the lineup. Started the season on fire. He cooled off a little bit at the end of the year. That's why his overall went from diamond back down to gold. Yet he did manage to keep that average right around 300. He had 320 in 2015. We're going to give him... man, I don't know. 90? Let's give him a 90. Why not? Coming in at number 2 is Francisco Lindor. Now, this is where it's going to get interesting, where we could be swapping out number 1 and number 2. He ended the season with a 92 overall in the show 15. He batted .301, 15 home runs, 78 RBIs, 99 runs, 19 stolen bases. Like I said, this is a real tough call because here's the thing. His power is below average for the position. So that's kind of what really affected me putting him at number 2 instead of number 1. He's only been in the league 2 years, though. Man, the guy can get the stolen bases as well. He's a career plus 300 average. Like I said, 2 years in the league. It's tough. It's really tough not to put this guy at number 1. His home runs is really what's affecting me. I think you're not 19 stolen bases. It's not a drastic change. He was a Gold Glove winner, too, so his defensive stats are going to help him, too. That could also bump him at number 1. But we're going to stick him at number 2. Like I said, easily interchangeable at number 1. We're going to give him a 91 overall. You guys let me know where you think he should be placed. Coming in at number 1, though, is Corey Seager. Controversial, maybe. Ended the show at 91 overall. Had a 308 average. Best amongst shortstop that averages was. Technically, though, Gene Segura's was better. Segura just didn't qualify for the shortstop position. I don't think he played enough at shortstop. 26 home runs, though. 72 RBIs. Like I said, very, very tough call. He doesn't steal a lot of bases, or I'd say he's a shoo-in for first on the list, quite honestly. The stolen bases kind of bug me a little bit. Since he doesn't, though, I really can see the argument for any of the other 3 guys being above him. And that and the fact that he's only been in the league for 1 full season. He batted, what, like 333 in 2015? He only played 20-some games, though. I gave him the nod, though, since he did lead all shortstops in batting average and had above-average power numbers for a shortstop, opposed to, Lindor's 15 home runs career is 20 and his 274 average. So we're going to put Corey Seager in at a 92 overall. I don't think he reaches diamond to start the season. Maybe he can later in the year, but we're going to give him a 92 overall. That's my ratings predictions, guys. I'd love to hear the list you guys would come up with for shortstops. As always, we got prediction videos every week until we run out of positions. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time.